Beats Planet.
Gonna let y'all just jump all on me in the chat box. Y'all thought we wasn't gonna come back with some fire, with more flame. Well, listen, man. Listen. I know a lot of y'all to sell y'all soul out there for somebody living off old bodies, but I went to go get some help. Went to go get a family member. Y'all ain't finna just fight me by myself. Coach Evans from Sip2tallyfilms, he does good work over there. He covers the Ravens, and he taught me football. So if y'all like my football opinion, his is absolutely qualified. And he's going to talk about some Earl Thomas today. What's up, Coach?
What up, all the Cowboys out there and I Am Legend Monsters? We ready to take you on.
We do not give shouts to the I Am Legend Monsters, but Coach is in the chat box right there. He just dropped the Sip2tallyfilms right there. So if y'all want to go find his channel, click on that. He does some good content. Just like there's Eagles fans that watch my show. There's, Washington football Wizards fans that tune into me sometimes. You can be a Cowboy fan and go check out good Ravens content because you might learn something over there. But I dropped a video today, and, most of the time I just kind of do things on the fly. And, the video was 9 minutes. And I felt like I was fair and directly down the middle for 8 minutes. But the last little portion of the video, I was like, you know what? Let me just look up some stats just to kind of see what it looked like, just to kind of see what the dealio is. So I looked up Clinton Diggs numbers, and I looked up Earl's numbers. And they both are similar in, pass deflections. They similar in interceptions, and Ha has tackled way more than him, right? But that's not the case. My big thing with Earl Thomas, I have this thing to where all you got to do is get a little bit better, and you could be better. The numbers are similar. And Earl might be a little bit better than Clinton Dix, right? But my big deal, coach, I'm going to let you rock. My big deal with all this, coach, is character concerns bother the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. I know some people, let me just run this. I know some people may not care about character concerns because, sometimes you just get a little mad in culture in your life. You don't really know how much character can bring down a team. So if you like the Jacksonville Jaguars, character may not mean much to you right now. But if you the Baltimore Ravens, a young team with a young nucleus or whatever, or you the Dallas Cowboys, a young team with a young nucleus, Super Bowl team, we can't afford to give up anything. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's like coach, well, what if it's a 1 year, $3 million deal, and if he bad, we just cut him next week. That's a waste of time. You could have just been playing your other guy. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So my whole thing, Earl may be better than Clinton Dix, whatever. But if I possibly can get a character concern that can bring my entire roster down, I'll just run with the dude that got the same number of interceptions as him and the same number of pass deflections, more tackles, and 6 years younger. I don't see what I said wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just like this, well, Voch, he didn't want to be in Baltimore. Yeah, he did. He went to Baltimore. Well, Voch, they don't play cover 2 in Baltimore. Look at the screen, he right there. Oh, Voch, he didn't play free safety in Baltimore. Yeah, he is. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want us making up shit just because you want Earl Thomas playing for the Cowboys. I respect you if you say, yo, Voch, Earl Thomas, I like him because his name Earl Thomas. I ain't watched no film. I ain't watched no Ravens game last year. I want him on my team because his name Earl Thomas. I'll respect you if you said that. But I got a text, so I'm gonna run some film. But I'm gonna push it over to my Ravens cohort. Just kind of give us the rundown on him, coach. What was he like last year? What was the vibes in the locker room? Just give me your thoughts, man.
All right, so I'm gonna basically start at the beginning as much as I can remember. So, obviously we signed Earl. And, go back to him shooting the bird while he's being carted off in Seattle. Mm. That was an unprecedented move despite the situation. I mean, because, the owners talk and, you can be blackballed for the most part. You're doing crazy stuff like that.
Sure. But
he signed with Baltimore. I'm happy for it because we got a free safety. We didn't have Weddle anymore. And before Weddle, we had probably the GOAT at safety.
Right.
Ed Reed. But we needed somebody in that position, and he filled the void that we needed filled. And I was happy about it because I know he was, a good guy. And like I said on my channel yesterday or the day before, and I wasn't trying to hate on him because he's gone now, but even though Earl and all his grandeur with the Legion of Boom, he was the third best player out of those 4. Mm. Richard Sherman was 1. Bam Bam Cam was 2. Earl was 3, then they rotated the 4th guy, corner over there.
Right.
So with that being said, is he a good free safety? He's one of the best ones in the league? Yes. But he still was the third best guy on that team. He benefited from having corners that they didn't want to throw to.
Sure.
So if you don't want to throw outside, you really got to throw over the middle. And he was a lot of Earl's interceptions off tips. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he was in the right spot at the right time. So I ain't hating on the man because yes, he played ball. But for Baltimore, early in the season, he struggled because everybody knows in Seattle, they played one coverage, cover 3. He was always in the middle of the field, always. So in Baltimore, the defense is multiple. It's multiple. And he said it himself. Early in the season, he struggled. Now, with that being said, I took it with a grain of salt because he playing in a system that he didn't know and probably was more complex than he had to play for in Seattle. Mm-hmm. But when you come to find out that he missing meetings and late for meetings, that's going to take something that's already hard and make it even harder. In the NFL, you can't just depend on athletic ability.
Sure. You
got to be able to, you got to study the film, you got to know the scheme, and you got to know, everything that goes along with the defense.
And then that's huge too because Dallas running a whole new defense, and just like you said, you can't just rely on being an athlete. First of all, because you're 31 now, you know what I'm saying. So you definitely just can't athlete your way through it. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead though. Go ahead, coach. You rocking. You working. Go ahead.
And so last year, and with him missing meetings and being late and different stuff, winning puts a shield over all that. Winning puts a shield over a lot of bad stuff that may be going on. If we were 2-14, this stuff would have come to light last year.
Sure.
It wouldn't have waited till this year, because it didn't start happening just now. Because for him to be late for a bunch of meetings, most of the meetings been Zoom meetings. So he ain't been showing up and being late, except for once they started getting on the field. So most of the meetings they probably had this year have been Zoom meetings. So most of this stuff happened last year. It happened last year. And for a grown man to take his helmet off and throw it on the ground when you miss an assignment, that's not a one-time thing. You've been doing it.
You know what? And you don't get cut from a team for fighting at practice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody fight at practice. Right. What led up to that being your last straw was my question.
First of all, he almost got into a fight with a D tackle, Brandon Williams, last year after we lost to the Browns. Because Brandon was hurt. He didn't play. We lost. Earl confronted him about it. Earl didn't think he was hurt. So him and Brandon got into it. That's the known strike one. The known strike one. The known strike two is the fight with Chuck Clark. What I think was the straw that broke the camel's back was, and I think the reason that they're going to be able to take the money back from Earl is he went and put confidential stuff on Instagram.
Oh, what happened with that, Coach? I ain't know about all that. That's why you here. That's why you here. I ain't know all that. What'd he do?
Well, the play he screwed up on, he put it on Instagram and then tried to get out in front of, what's the word I'm looking for? He tried to get out in front of the situation.
Damage control.
Damage control. That's what he tried to do. Damage control. He put that play on there with a kind of like a explanation / apology, but he put a play on Instagram.
Damn.
A play from I don't know if they use whatever they use to watch film on. He took that, I guess, recorded with his phone, then wrote a paragraph about different stuff, on Instagram about how he's sorry and he messed up and we're gonna move forward and all this mumbo jumbo.
Right.
So to me, that right there is the third reason. And that's 3 main reasons right there. So that on top of whatever happened that we don't know about, because it came out that he was missed a meeting to get a car wash. And we'll talk about that car wash later. And the last thing about it is, if he did this stuff in Baltimore,
right, in
a place where he was the outcast. Yeah. From what I hear, and none of what I'm saying now is facts because I'm not there. I hear it from different places. He wasn't like the friendly team guy. And you don't have to be in professional sports, you don't have to be the friendly team guy. Sure. But you see Mark Ingram doing what he do. You see Lamar is good with everybody. And all those little clips we got of Raven stuff, you never see Earl pumping anybody up
high-fiving,
just he do his job, which like I said, this professional sports, he got to do it. But chemistry over eye.
So my thing, Coach, is like chemistry is so important. You know what I mean? So Cowboy fans, right? We watching all these new clips about this defense, man. We talking to Alden Smith. Alden Smith, what you think about D-Law? He said, "Yo, man, D-Law is fantastic, bro." And they talked to Dontari Poe. "Yo, man, we got some guys. Yo, Everson Griffin is great. Everson Griffin, yo, this dude is great. Yo, Van Der Esch is great. Everybody's great. We all great, right?" I don't want Earl to come in and be the one guy that's not good with everybody or that's not great.
Don't take but him to get one dude on his side and be disgruntled.
And Coach, that
one gonna turn to 2, that 2 gonna turn to 4. Then you got a split doggone locker room.
I don't never want to be I played the game guy. I never want to be that guy. Because that guy kind of annoys me. Because I didn't play pro, but I think I got a pro football opinion. I don't want nobody to shoot me down because I didn't play pro ball, right? But Coach, I've seen it. We seen it together. Me and you seen it together. The most talented team I've been around didn't go as far as they could have been because of things like that. Because of locker room stuff, because of accountability issues, because of, chemistry and divaism. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen it get tore down like that before. The Cowboys are a prime example of, we got a talented-ass team, a 2019 Cowboy. We got a talented-ass team, but one little thing can just ruin that. It's not about talent. It's way more than just talent. And I understand that coaching is a lot of that too, but like there's something to, yo, man, like Greg Hardy's in our locker room, and I understand that it's different circumstances, but I may not like Greg Hardy. I mean, we probably don't have rapport like that. We probably don't have chemistry like that. Or T.O. when he came to Dallas or whatever. That's a little bit later though, but that can be something that can tear you down. It don't matter how talented you are. But Ben Roethlisberger wanted Antonio Brown out of there. Best receiver in the game at the time. Wanted him out of there. Earl ain't even the best free safety in the game right now. He's not. He's not. He's good. And he's better than what we got. But all it takes is one for this thing to crumble. And all that little hype that we talking about, all that little Mike McCarthy, CD Lamb shit goes straight out the window if all the other locker room stuff ain't right. That'd be my point.
And I agree with you 100%. It's you. If let's go to the Ravens for a minute. If Ray Lewis was still on that team, Sarah Goose and some of those guys, you probably could have kept Earl because you had veteran guys that would police it, in house and make him be accountable for what he needs to do.
Yeah.
But our 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 best players is 23 and under, 24 and under.
Right.
So he can influence the heck out of them guys.
Right. You don't want your young guys thinking.
Y'all team like that too, for the most part.
You don't want your young guys thinking that it's okay to punch people in the face for holding you accountable. Good, this is a good play right here by Earl, but we being fair, we showing Earl's good plays. We showing Earl not tackling people, so we showing everything. But go ahead, Cole. Go ahead.
No, just saying, y'all team is young too, so you don't want him to influence, those guys to start just not paying attention to details.
Sure.
Because we know the NFL is all about details.
Sure.
And if they, off key or off focus or not doing something they need to do or studying, it's gonna be exposed in the NFL.
Sure.
But the main thing is about Earl is Earl's a Texas boy.
Right.
He was in an uncomfortable situation in Baltimore doing the things that he did.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna happen when he come home to Texas and he in a comfortable situation?
Sure.
He's gonna do more of that stuff.
Sure, that's fair.
Gonna be closer to home. Gonna be closer to people that can try to put him in bad situations.
His brother. He gonna be closer.
I won't say that, but yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he was in an uncomfortable situation in Baltimore for what now we know is uncomfortable.
Sure.
And he was cutting up.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen when you plant him in his home state, not too far from his home, from where he played college ball at, around his family, friends, and other situations?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's gonna magnify. And if y'all sign him out, I would hope y'all wrong. I would hope I'm wrong for the exception of one game. But that's what I think, coming from Baltimore's standpoint.
And listen, let me say
hearing
this.
different stuff after he's been released.
And listen, let me say this too, man, because people often, they'll hear me talk, but I say one thing and they'll forget all the other shit that I say, right? I would love for Earl to be here and not be a locker room problem. I would love it. It'll be fantastic because we improve. But the fact that he could be a locker room problem is my issue. The risk that he could be a locker room problem is what keeps me up at night. Because if he is, all this shit goes out the window. Now, if he's cool, fine. But if not, I would rather have a great defense and be shaky at free safety than to have a good free safety and the rest of my defense loses continuity and they can't play together. If that makes sense. I would rather be bad at 1 than bad at 10.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
And our replacement for him is a younger guy that's unproven, and he don't have preseason to show. But the thing is, if athletic ability, he's better than Earl. Mm-hmm. Youth, he's better than Earl. He's faster than Earl. Yeah. The place where Earl had him is his instincts and his experience. Right. His instincts and his experience. So if the front seven can help out with that, which our front seven is better now to help the young guy, I think we're gonna be all right. I think if Earl would have still been there, Earl probably would have had a monster year with the front seven we got now.
Sure. I was thinking about some other things too. I was just kind of looking at the numbers just to kind of get a general idea of the numbers. Also, if Earl was a 7 interception type guy, then I would maybe deal with his attitude if he was a 7 interception type guy. Earl only got 2 last year. He only got 2. So I looked up Clinton Dick's numbers. Got the same number of pass deflections and the same number of INTs as Earl, but he got more tackles or whatever. And, people, kind of came at me a little bit, well, Voch, they played two separate, situations or whatever. One's a free, one's a strong. Well, played a lot of free, but you also heard Mike say that in this system that guys got to play both anyway. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's basically how it is around the league. Like there's no only free or only strong anymore. Like everybody got to play a little bit of both. So, I mean, yeah, but it just seems like everybody wants to push the goalpost a little bit more when I make a point about it. You know what I mean? Well, Earl only got 2 interceptions. Somebody was like, well, Voch, we was dead last interceptions last year. We need Earl. Well, if we had Earl, we would then be 30th. Which still ain't great. You know what I'm saying? I think coaching helps. I think coaching helps us. I think pass rush helps us. I think disguising thing helps. Like baiting quarterbacks and all that. I think all those things will help us more than being problematic. And I shouts out to Earl for getting this interception, man. But got 2 interceptions too. got a touchdown with his. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
And for people saying that we didn't play cover 3 and whatnot, we did a lot of different stuff in Baltimore. Earl got his first sack at the age of 30 with us. He was never around the line of scrimmage in Seattle because we do a lot of disguising and just a bunch of different stuff. And like you said, he could be in the box one time, he could be deep middle in the same play. Sure. In the same play. Sure. And it just took him a minute to figure it out, but he did, and he didn't have a lot of numbers. He didn't have a lot of numbers, but that latter half of the season. He was the reason Marlon and Peters was able to kind of do some of the things they wanted to do because a lot of balls wasn't thrown in the middle.
Sure.
So because I'm talking about Earl now, don't negate the fact that he's a good player. He is.
He is a good player.
He is. Yes. He is a good player.
Yes.
But
it's risky.
I'd rather have 11 guys on the same page than 10 and 1. Because it don't take but for him to be in the box when he's supposed to be deep for it to be a touchdown one time.
Is it?
Now that young guy who probably ain't as good as him, he might give up the catch, but at least he make the tackle.
There you go. Fair enough. So, hey man, I came out earlier, man, and look, I don't clickbait people. That's not really my thing. I'm not into clickbait, and that's kind of whack to me. But if you put hilarious stats next to Earl Thomas stats, they look similar. So you can't just say, Voch, we suck at safety. When our safety got similar numbers with more tackles as the guy that you losing your mind over. Not even the guy that you like kind of cool on, because I'm kind of cool on Earl. Like, I'm kind of cool. Like, Earl, yeah, I'm kind of cool. Y'all losing y'all mind over Earl. And he got the same stats got. Whatever. Coach, we was talking about car washing earlier. I mean, you want to say it, or I mean, I will.
Yeah, I say it. All right, go ahead. So everybody knows I'm Ravens YouTube, and I do a little thing on my show or whatever. So I had a show one day earlier this week about and I mentioned him being late for a meeting because of the car wash, which came out on the big networks and Twitter and all that stuff. So I mentioned it in my show. Well, the next day I got a comment that says, Earl didn't, you got the wrong kind of car wash, coach. He didn't miss practice for that kind of car wash. And my country self didn't know any other kind of car wash there was.
Right.
So the guy told me, well, just go to Urban Dictionary and look up car wash. And so I did that. And so if a guy missed meetings for that kind of car wash, he deserves to be released and recouped, especially on top of the other things that he's done. And that's inexcusable. And if I'm a position coach and I know it was that kind of car wash, I'm losing my freaking marbles.
And y'all can just y'all can Google car wash, Urban Dictionary, and just kind of do with that information however you will, man. I'm seeing some people in the chat box, man. Don't get me wrong. I want to address every single one of y'all. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I was attacked from a lot of different platforms. I kind of want to get all y'all asses in one place so I can address you separately. Somebody was like, I'm shocked Voch is taking this stance. Well, because locker room means something to me. Locker room may not mean nothing to you, but locker room means something to me because I've seen my team get tore down in a locker room before. I've seen a locker room I've seen my locker room quit on Wade Phillips before. Like, I've seen all this before. So that's just you. Primetime was like, I can't believe y'all don't want Earl. Listen, This ain't got nothing to
Nobody's
do with the
saying
play.
that.
This ain't got nothing to do with the play. Because y'all don't listen. Y'all don't. And if I got to talk to y'all like y'all my children, I talk to y'all like y'all my children. I'll do it. Nobody's saying he's a bad player. It's the auxiliary things that we talking about. It's the extra stuff. Yeah, Earl could come in and be better than Darian Thompson. But if he comes in and he talking shit to Van Der Esch and somehow the rapport goes bad, that's bigger than just being better. I feel like y'all not listening. I feel like y'all. Go ahead.
Definitely top 5 free safety in the league. Definitely.
Sure.
And if not top 5, definitely top 10. But he could just if he's what he's being projected to be, because again, none of us are there. None of us experienced him walking in late to a meeting. All we going off is hearsay. So if he's that bad of a guy, you don't want that to tear your locker room down. Because I'm concerned about our free safety position.
Sure.
I would rather him had none of this had happened and him stayed there.
Sure.
I'm concerned about our free safety position.
Law Nation in the chat box, he was like he hated when people talk shit about their players when they leave. Well, I mean, what better time to talk about them? like what better time to get some insight? You know what I'm saying? It's not like we talking shit about Earl because he's not a Raven anymore. Like all this shit, it just kind of checks out. Like and this is Voch and Coach Evans talking, but you can go check out my wife Jane Slater podcast. She does all the digging and talk to all the players and coaches and sources. Jane and Bobby Belt talked about it. Go listen. Go listen. 105.3 The Fan and them. Go listen. Brian Brothers and them, go listen. John Machota, the Athletic and those guys, KT, they talking all the same stuff right now. So it's not just fan Voch and fan Coach Evans talking about this. Like everybody's saying this. And y'all can act like y'all don't see it because y'all want her along your team. I feel you, whatever. But this stuff is real. And there's a reason why the Cowboys haven't extended that money yet. Y'all, listen, so y'all want to, like talk about Voch or whatever. Why he not signed yet? Why is he not signed to the Cowboys yet? Why? You let me know. The two coaches that we know that are good with problematic people was like, nah. John Harbaugh and Pete Carroll drafted Frank Clark after he kidnapped his girlfriend. He was like, hey man, we could use him. He changed his life. We could use him. You know what I'm saying? But we looking at Earl Thomas like, nah. I'm not making this up.
And don't forget to mention that Pete Carroll tolerates Marshawn.
He tolerated Marshawn. It was a lot of personalities in that room, and boy, God bless Pete. Pete made it work. But Pete was like, nah. John Harbaugh was like, nah. And I tell you what, if anything, Mike McCarthy looked real bad when he ran into Aaron Rodgers at some point. When that Aaron Rodgers relationship got bad, Mike McCarthy got worse looking. I don't want it. But I'll take some of your questions in the chat box though. We don't have to agree, but if y'all gonna attack Voch gotta show up and talk back to you. So what y'all got in the chat box? I'm not gonna hold Coach Evans too long. Let's see where we at. Where we at? We at what time we at? I don't know what time.
32 minutes.
32 minutes. That's good. We ain't gonna do longer than 45 because I just downloaded a new game for my PC, so I'm about to go play the game after this. I just kind of wanted to, hit y'all back. But chat box, if y'all have any questions, please, because I ain't gonna say this no more. I'm not gonna address it no more. I ain't gonna bother Coach Evans no more. Please explain to us.
The guy said that Dam tolerated Marshawn. He a good dude. The fuck that mean? Now, Marshawn he's a great individual, but the NFL is a business. Mm-hmm. So they have mandatory places they have to be and speak and show up and participate and be active with fans.
Sure.
And Pete Carroll knew Marshawn didn't want to do that, so he limited it as much as possible. That's what I mean by tolerate. I don't mean Marshawn was up there cutting up. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a business aspect to football, and Marshawn really just wanted to do football, which ain't nothing wrong with that, but that's what I mean by tolerated. I don't mean like Marshawn was a dickhead. Yeah, I don't mean it because Marshawn does a lot of good in Oakland. So that I don't take it the wrong way.
Somebody was like, "What if he did this on purpose just to get to Dallas?" What's a terrible idea? First of all, just sign to Dallas. First of all, just don't sign to Baltimore, sign to Dallas. But if you will sabotage your team for your own selfish reasons, then that just means you selfish and I don't want you on my team because you're selfish. That's easy. That's easy. Please send us your questions. Please. I mean, I just want to just talk about. I don't care about no contract neither. Because somebody was like, "Well, Voch, what if we sign him for cheap?" It's not about the money. It's because you could be problematic at $10 million. You could be problematic at vet minimum. You still problematic. Just because you cheap don't mean you're gonna be a good player. You might be worse because you're making less money. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter about the contract. It don't matter. That's another thing, Coach. Like he was y'all ate $24 million in dead cap. Like y'all trying to fight it or whatever. But y'all was willing to eat that dead cap money to get that dude off y'all team.
Yep.
That's real life.
$10 million.
That's real life.
Yep.
What else y'all got? He was miserable there. He shouldn't have went. If he wanted to be in Dallas so bad, he'd have went to Dallas for less money. I mean, come on.
I don't think he was miserable. 14-2. He wasn't miserable.
Fair.
14-2, and he was a big part of that 14-2. A big part of it. Because it's a guy on Twitter did he went and did the spray chart for every game. Mm-hmm. Like for every Baltimore game, and he posted the picture from Next Gen Stats of the opposing QBs throwing the ball. What many balls deep middle on that for 16 games?
Sure.
What many balls deep middle? So that just tells you how feared he is, mm-hmm. and how good he is, and how much of a problem he had to be for us to be like push him out the door.
Sure. Chatbox, let me ask y'all this question. So if you want to sign Earl Thomas, would you also sign Antonio Brown?
I asked him about that. I don't think they answered in the chat box.
I just want to get the vibes. I'm just asking everybody listen to my voice right now. If you'll sign Earl Thomas, would you sign Antonio Brown? Because that'll kind of let me know where your football brain is at. You know what I'm saying? That'll just let me know how much of this is Madden in your brain and how much of this is real football. And that's not an insult, but some people look at it differently. You know what I'm saying? I just may see things a little different than y'all. You know what I'm saying?
There are a few guys in the NFL that I think can handle Earl Thomas or just an outspoken personality. Mm-hmm. I think Tom Brady's one of those guys.
Sure.
I think Bobby Wagner's one of those guys. Mm-hmm. Ray was one of those guys, and what's the guy that just retired from Luke Kuechly would have been one of those guys.
Right.
It ain't very many alpha men in the NFL that can take a guy as good as AB is, as good as Earl is, and make them conform to the rules of the culture of the team.
Now see, that's now see, look at the chat box code. That's interesting. They won't sign AB, but they will sign Earl. That's interesting. That's right. They won't sign the better player. Interesting, because Antonio Brown, in my opinion, is a better player than Earl right now. Like they won't sign him, but they'll gladly go. I just think y'all just want safety. Y'all just want a safety because you feel like you don't have one, and you just want Earl Thomas because we've been so caught up in the Earl Thomas conversation.
I'm laughing at one of the comments. I'm sorry.
What they say?
It say, I think Dak can handle Earl, and Jerry got the freaks to keep him safe. Maybe.
Hey man, you on to something? I changed my mind. Let's go get it.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Hey Voch, do you think D-Law and Zach Martin can offset the negativity that Earl Thomas will bring? I think that the Ravens got some pretty damn good leaders. I think the Ravens got good leadership in their locker room. Coach, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I do. I think we have good leaders. Campbell has jumped in and became that guy like almost instant.
Sure.
Players Campbell.
Sure.
And the guys that the only difference is our leaders are young. Marlon Humphrey's young. Lamar's young.
Yeah.
I would say
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram is the oldest main guy, and he's more of a hype man type dude. I mean, he do his job. Mark, he's still good, but he's more of a hype man. Get everybody together, rah guy. He bring everybody up. He like the non-negative guy. So and that's the style of leadership also.
Sure.
So it's enough leaders there to they're just young. They're just young, and they probably don't know how to project their leadership verbally other than by their play. Because they're so young. Earl Thomas 31. He a vet. He all pro. I mean, he may do some stuff, and you may be one of the leaders of the team. But since you 24, You ain't gonna go to Earl and get on him like that.
Sure.
I applaud Chuck Clark for having the balls to do that because Chuck Clark was a nobody.
Right. Right.
Chuck Clark was a nobody until our defense got shredded, and our linebacker couldn't handle the having the green dot. We had to put a safety in the game to have to call plays.
Yep.
So once you get the green dot, you know you can't come out. So Chuck now has to play strong safety and a sub linebacker and maybe a little nickel corner because he can't come out the game because he calling plays.
Sure.
I ain't know who the hell Chuck Clark was until that happened.
I still don't know who the hell Chuck Clark is. I have no clue. But that's accountability, man. It's accountability. Somebody was like, Voch, you are comparing apples to oranges. Sir, apples and oranges are both fruits. I don't understand what you're saying. Somebody was like, can I grade Earl on a scale of 1 to 10? Coach, you about a 7, right? Earl's about a 7, maybe?
Based off the safeties in the NFL,
yeah,
I give him 8, 8.5.
That's fair. 7, 8's cool. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
But it ain't about him playing.
It's not.
And
that's what people don't realize.
I just want y'all to listen to me. Just please listen to the sound of my voice. It's not about him as a player. It's not. It's all the other stuff, man. It's all the other stuff. We got enough toxic people on this team, man. And look, somebody hit me with that, man, Voch, but we took a chance on Alden Smith. Alden Smith's not a bad teammate. He was an alcoholic. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Griffin jumped out the ambulance, but he wasn't a bad teammate. Randy Gregory smoked weed, but he wasn't a bad teammate. We're specifically calling Earl Thomas a bad teammate. We don't really factor into you as a player. That's just recreational stuff. You know what I'm saying? And bad teammate that's a big red mark for me, man. That's a big red. Voch, would you rather sign Logan Ryan? No, not really.
That's a guy that people in Baltimore circles are talking about. Logan Ryan.
I mean, he's another guy that just kind of got a name that, you know, and listen, man, part of this is Cowboy fans just want to sign everybody with a name. And I get it. Everybody that's a free agent with a name.
Can I get my take on y'all's defensive situation?
Please.
Your front seven is so freaking good.
Sure.
That you don't have to have star power on the back end.
Damn.
If your front seven do what the heck they supposed to do with Van Der Esch and that fast Mike y'all got,
Jalen, yeah,
and the defensive ends you got, and I think you got a couple of defensive tackles too.
Dontari Poe and Tyrone Crawford, yeah.
So if your front seven do what they're supposed to do, right, and you got bodies to rotate them ends out,
right,
you don't have to have stars in the back end. They need to cover whatever zone or man they got for 3-ish seconds, and your guys up front put the pressure on them to get home.
Right. It don't take much.
On them to get home. They got to work together. Like Sapp used to say all the time. Warren Sapp used to say all the time. The front and the back end got to work together.
Yeah.
And the better your DBs are, you don't have to get as much pressure, which is what helped us last year because we blitzed a lot, didn't get a lot of sacks, but we had good DBs. And the better your front end get, your DBs don't have to be as bad. I mean, as good. I'm sorry, as good. Now, in Baltimore, we got a good front seven and good DBs.
Sure.
We had great DBs, but we got good DBs now.
That's fine. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like you know, safety's good to have, man, but I think front seven is much more important. You know what I'm saying? I think safety is kind of like a luxury to have, you know. And you know, sometimes in the right situation, safeties is cool. But if you got a nasty little pass rush, you can play. You can be good at safety.
Name another DB for San Francisco this year, other than Richard Sherman.
Hold on, Coach. Damn, man. I know that boy name.
I bet you can name them boys on that front photo.
I can. Absolutely. Yes. What's the boy with the hard ass name that play? Mm-hmm. And I only know him because you funny. I only know him because his name's funny looking. But to your point, I don't know nobody but Richard Sherman. Sure, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. And they were good in the defensive backfield because of their front seven.
Sure,
their front seven was awesome.
Sure,
with Bosa and Buckner and Ford and all them other guys.
Right. I don't know, man. I just been fighting Cowboy fans. I wish I wouldn't have to fight them. They just putting years on my life, but I'm just about it, man. I will fight y'all tooth and nail. I will fight y'all tooth and nail over this mess. Hey, let's get about 3 more questions in before we let Coach Evans go, man. We got 372 people watching live, man. That's fire. That's great. Look, we can agree to disagree. But to be fair, what's probably gonna happen is Jerry Jones gonna hire that private investigator that find out all the mess and find out, you know what I'm saying, what you got wrote up for in high school and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Jones gonna send that dude out to find out what he find out, and we'll know in a couple days. But to be fair, like blue and white game next week and football right after that. So Earl may not have too much time to just come in and get acclimated. So I don't know. We'll see. But
and the thing is, Earl, if y'all signed him, he could come in and be great for you.
He could.
He could.
Sure. He could.
The signs don't point toward it, but he could.
He could.
He could. And if your leadership get him and have like if they get him,
sure,
it definitely got to be incentive laden. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because I think whatever he signs for, if we don't get our money back, we have to pay the difference. So like if he signed for $5 million, we still owe him $5 million too. I think that's how that works. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But I think that's how that works. That way he's still getting his contracted money.
Right. Voch, you got to think about the comp pick. I ain't worried about no comp pick, man. I ain't worried about no compensatory pick, man. We will fight you. We will fight you too. Well, good. Fight. Look, that's the vibes on my show, man. Look. But then look, let me ask y'all this, chat box. What Ravens film y'all been watching? Let me know. Let me know, because a lot of you, because I know a lot of y'all Cowboy fans, and y'all watch Cowboy film when me and Law and them put film up. But how many of y'all just watching Ravens film on y'all own? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Y'all just woke up one morning and say, yo, boy, I'm about to watch some Ravens today. No.
And the only Ravens they seen is that spin move from Lamar.
That's it. That's it. Y'all asses just y'all living off that name, man. That's living off of old bodies. Would you relax? Y'all ass ain't...
Somebody put Jaworski Tart. That's what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Jaworski Tart.
Yeah, that boy's a funny name. But who is that? What do you do?
I promise you, the only person I know in that secondary is a backup safety.
Yeah. From
Southern Miss. And that's because on Madden he passes, you know what.
Right.
That's how I know him.
Right. I'm a Bears fan, of course. Let's see. I'm born. There's a lot of... Okay, cool. Man, can I get 2 questions so I can let Coach Evans go so he can finish playing Call of Duty? Raven always beat us besides maybe one game. Okay, well, we're going to play the Raven. Yeah, Coach, I'm going to let you go, man. I'm going to go ahead and get you up out of here. They ain't got nothing interesting to say.
Greg say go follow Coach Evans for Ravens film, but he's still lying to us about Earl.
Listen, Coach, I've learned that there's nothing we can say to change the mind. Like, if your mind made up, it ain't nothing we can say to you, and that's fair. I just wanted to present the information because y'all kind of jumped on me earlier, and I don't play that shit at all. So that's just that. But,
and that's what happened where we from. If you don't know, we from the same place.
Yeah.
If something happened and my boy get doubled up or tripled up, we go and get that work. We coming back with somebody.
We come back. That's why I ride with Law, man. That's why I ride for Law. It's that Natchez, man. That's that Natchez. But go ahead, Coach. Plug your stuff. Let them know what kind of content you got over there. How can they?
So you Sip2tallyfilms, and that's me. I've been in the chat box, going back and forth a little bit. I do Ravens content over there. Only thing I'm doing a little different this year is the Thursday night game. Whoever the Thursday night game is, I'm gonna do a little breakdown of that game and whoever showed out Saturday morning. So if the Cowboys ever happen to play on Thursday night, and in between you watching Voch and Law and all those other guys, you'll have some film. On my channel too, if they play on Thursday night, about what went wrong or what went right. But other than that, for just some good football talk, follow me at Sip2tallyfilms. I'm Coach Evans. On Twitter, I'm Coach Evans9, and Instagram, I'm Sip2tally. I appreciate you guys, man.
Now, Coach, I just saw something in the chat box made a lot of sense. These are the same fans that want Dez Bryant back on the team, so that's fair. that's fair. I got a $5 super chat. You would feel the same type of way if your coach and your quarterback lost the Super Bowl on the 1 yard line and you played your heart out all year. That's football, man. But I appreciate you though. Who is this? Tariq Salim. Tariq, shouts out to you. Tariq. And I'm Voch Lombardi, man. VOCHLOMBARDI. We can agree to disagree, but I bet y'all asses I'm coming back with the smoke, you heard? Coach about to go play Call of Duty. I'm about to go play Total War 3 Kingdoms. All right? Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski and the PC Whiskey, man. Till next time. Salute.
Appreciate